The chart that I have provided displays information from the various assessments that are administered regularly in the classroom. First, you will see our weekly spelling tests. These are the words that are sent home each week for Talon to study. This test is administered to the class on Friday of each week to check that the students know their spelling words. As you can see, Talon's average score is a 50%, indicating that he is typically able to correctly spell half of his words each week. Next, you will see data from our weekly unit tests. These tests are administered each week and typically include reading passages with questions that measure students' vocabulary and comprehension skills. Talon's average score is a 38%, indicating that he is scoring below his peers and below grade level expectations. Next, you will see fluency data. Students are given a grade level passage and asked to read for 1 minute. This is used to determine how many words a child can read per minute. This assessment is administered twice a month to track students' fluency. Talon's most recent fluency assessment indicates that he is able to read 56 words correct per minute. By the end of third grade, students should be able to read 115 words correct per minute. Currently, the majority of Talon's peers are reading 80 or more words correct per minute. Finally, you will see our unit benchmark tests. These tests are administered once every 9 weeks, and students are expected to read grade level passages and answer comprehension questions. Talon's average score is a 46%, indicating that he has been performing below grade level expectations. In addition to the regularly administered class assessments, I have administered an individual reading assessment to Talon. For this assessment, Talon was given lists of words and was asked to read them. When presented with the primer and first grade word list, Talon was able to read 100% of the words correctly. When presented with the second grade passage, Talon was able to successfully read 18 of the 25 words, or 72% of the words. This was used to determine which passage to have him begin reading. Because he scored a 72% on the second grade passage, we began with a first grade passage. Talon correctly read 85 of the 88 words when asked to read this passage orally, indicating that a first grade passage is an appropriate instructional level. This means that he was able to read 95 to 98% of the words, and this passage is an appropriate level to use during instruction. Talon was able to correctly answer 9.5 of the comprehension questions, indicating that he can individually comprehend this passage. For the silent reading, Talon was asked to silently read the passage that is shown. After reading, he was asked to answer a few comprehension questions. He was able to answer 8 of the questions correctly. This indicates that this is an appropriate instructional level for Talon. Finally, I read a second grade passage aloud to Talon and asked him some comprehension questions. He was able to answer 8 of the questions correctly, indicating that this is an appropriate instructional level for Talon with listening comprehension. Based on the data that I have collected, I would like to see an increase in Talon's fluency and comprehension skills to bring him back up to grade level.